Well, good evening, fashion friends. Y'all, I wanted to get on here today and talk to you all about a topic that I absolutely love talking about, and that is all things fashion. I can eat, breathe, and sleep on fashion, y'all, topics. I love to talk about all things fashion. And I wanted to pose this question to my fashion audience. I wanted to ask the question, do you all still think that boutiques are a thing? As a former boutique owner myself, I absolutely love boutiques, and I love boutiques because of what boutiques offer. I was actually an undergrad. I was a fashion merchandising and marketing major. I absolutely adore fashion, like anything fashion, talking about textiles, texture, purchasing, promotion of fashion products. I absolutely love to talk about that. Fashion history, that's me. I just love talking about anything related to fashion. And as a former boutique owner, y'all, I noticed that back when I was a boutique owner, everyone had an online boutique. Can y'all remember that when everyone was starting an online boutique? And it's kind of like now you don't really hear anyone talking about online boutiques anymore. But what I love about boutiques is that boutiques are supposed to offer an exclusive product and or service. That is what boutiques are known about, especially in the fashion world. Boutiques actually were started in Europe. They were actually places where women would gather and they would come together drinking their tea, and they would also sell really high-end fashion garments like blouses and dresses and things like that. And they were exclusive, and they actually made women feel like like they were just on top of the world because of what it offered. It was something that everyone couldn't have. You couldn't get it everywhere because it was just exclusive to the boutiques, and that was it. You weren't gonna have to worry about seeing everyone with your items on. It just made the woman feel like she was that girl. And that's what I love about boutiques, because boutiques offer that exclusivity, and they offer that idea of luxury. You just feeling just exclusive. I'm the only one with this. Now, I must say, boutiques have also expanded. It's not just for the fashion industry anymore. You can also have boutique hotels, boutique law firms, boutique marketing firms. And what they do is they offer exclusive services and or products to the consumer. So I absolutely love boutiques, and one of these days I am going to rehash my boutique collection, because I love offering people something that they can't get everywhere else. I want them to be able to say, oh, I got that from Whip Michelle Boutique, and you won't be able to get this because it was made just for me. That's what I absolutely love about boutiques. But I'm noticing that you don't really see everyone starting boutiques anymore. It's like it has really died down. And I think the thing about with a lot of these online boutiques, they were offering products that you saw so many other boutiques with. And you could even get these items on Amazon for a much inexpensive, less price than what you could get from certain boutiques. Like, I mean, you saw so many boutiques that you would see them with the same black dress, the same two-piece set. So many people had these same items, and then a lot of them weren't offering services either to also like pivot their businesses. Like you could offer like styling services, personal shopping services, even when you have a boutique, because sometimes what you may sell, the consumer may not always want to purchase it. So you could pivot your services by offering like the styling and also the personal shopping, even doing closet makeovers as well, and even giving people fashion boards where you could style them. Hey, this is what you could wear to this event. This is what you could wear to work for this day. There are ways that you could always pivot, and especially with boutiques, by offering exclusive services and products. That's what people expect from a boutique. And I noticed back in the day when everyone had these boutiques, everyone was selling the same thing. And it was like people were starting boutiques not out of like passion to have fashion boutiques, but they were starting boutiques because they wanted to make quick money. And a lot of them, I really believe, got stuck with a lot of products and a lot of products that they just could not sell because they had so much competition with other online boutiques and even with Amazon. Now, it's very hard to kind of compete with Amazon when they selling the same stuff that an online boutique is selling. They can get that stuff in mass like production, and a lot of times they have the vendors directly selling on Amazon. And so many of those vendors, they have their manufacturers over in Asia, and they get that stuff dirt cheap over there. So they can sell that stuff for even less on Amazon because they get to produce it in such a mass production. Whereas a little solopreneur online boutique can't buy that stuff in bulk like they can because they're actually getting it directly from their manufacturer, and they can charge less prices when they're selling it on Amazon. So it was like really hard for a lot of online boutiques to really compete, with Amazon because they couldn't go with the price point. They really couldn't. And I think that's why now you're starting to see a lot of boutiques start to die down. Like, I hardly ever see anyone talking about starting online boutiques anymore. And then also, not only are you competing with Amazon, but you're competing with Shein, you're competing with Temu, and you're even competing with the TikTok shop now, because I mean, they have all these live sales. They're selling sets for $20. They're selling sets for $16. Like, people want to ball, but they want to ball on a budget. And I feel like whenever you're going to call yourself a boutique, you have to actually sell something that's going to captivate the consumer's eye and something that they really want, that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. This is something like I'm willing to spend the money for this because I know I'm going to be the only person with that. And I don't think that a lot of boutique owners, people who were starting boutiques, had that concept. They didn't have that mindset. They were just calling themselves boutiques because they saw everyone else calling themselves boutiques. So they're like, oh, I'm going to start a boutique. When in most cases, many of y'all weren't boutiques. Y'all really weren't, because y'all didn't offer exclusive items. Like, I don't want to be sitting up here buying something from you charging $70 for a shirt, and it's made from polyester, nylon, all of these manufactured fibers. I mean, cheap stuff that can really really wear down and tear down over a certain period of time. And it's like, man, I just spent $70 on something and I didn't even feel like I got my money's worth with it. Like, you really have to captivate the consumer with what you are selling them. It has to be worth the dollar. And I feel like that's something that boutiques should offer. When you're calling yourself a boutique, that's something that you should offer. You should offer quality. You may not have to get it in big quantity, but offer whatever you sell, make sure it's quality and it's exclusive, not something that I can go on Amazon and get, or Temu and get, or Shein and get. I want something exclusive that's gonna have people like, girl, where did you get that from? Oh, girl, I got this from such and such, such and such. But she may not have it because she's a boutique and she only sells it in very limited items. That's the type of thing that I want my consumers to say whenever they're purchasing from me. I don't want them to be able to see it anywhere else. And I think with a lot of online boutiques, you saw everybody selling the same thing. The only difference was a lot of them just had different price points, and that was it. So I really feel like boutiques almost seem like they're starting to be something of the past, because people really didn't know what they were doing. They were really starting these businesses because they saw so many other people doing it, and it was like, oh, let me jump on it because I'm sick of working my job. I really need something else to do. Let me see how much money I can make doing this. And many of them thought they were gonna make a quick buck, and they really didn't. So now it's just really starting to be a thing of the past for some businesses, because a lot of people are starting to go to TikTok shop, Temu, and all of these other like Asian businesses as well. So I love boutiques, but I want you to be able to give me a bang for my buck when I'm shopping from a boutique. I don't want to see everyone with it. And I really wanted to have great quality to it because I don't mind spending $150 on a blouse if it's good quality. And I know that it's going to last me for years. There are certain items that I've had for 15 and 20 years that I've bought from boutiques, exclusive boutiques, y'all. And that I can say that I'm still wearing them to this day because they were just such good quality. They were made well. And that is something that you definitely have to think about when you're calling yourself a boutique. Otherwise, just call yourself an online shop and just let that be it. Don't call yourself a boutique if you're not going to offer exclusive items and quality items to your consumer, because that's what it's all about. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I would love for you to tune in on the conversation. I absolutely love talking about all things fashion. Do you all still think that boutiques are a thing of right now, or do you think they are a thing of the past? I would love to hear what you have to say on here. Please chime in. I love you all and have a good old fashioned day, y'all. Well, fashion night. Y'all enjoy your day.